Peace and blessings, family. Welcome to the Porch, and welcome to the Talk with Uncle Jay. I'm your host, Jay, or as some call me, Uncle Jay. Let me tell you something. This moment right here, it matters. This is more than just episode 1. This is the first step towards something real. Something rooted, something built on truth, trust, and transformation. You could be anywhere right now doing anything, but you're here. And that tells me something. You're ready for something different, and you're ready to hear the truth without a filter. So thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for giving me your time. Thank you for being open to a new kind of conversation, one that doesn't just skim the surface, but that actually goes deep. Today, we open the door to the space I call the porch. And once you step on it, you're family. And let me be clear. I don't care how old you are. If you're here, you're one of my nephews and my nieces. That's how I see you. Because on this porch, we speak love, we speak truth, we speak legacy. And family is family no matter what. Your age, your background, or your story. So, just a quick note for you guys. This is like my first time doing something structured. So I got a script, right? I had to write a script. If anyone knows me really well, I'd kind of always have to put things in a structured manner because I can't operate any other way. So might be a little awkward, but I'm learning. So just bear with me. I started to talk with Uncle Jay because I felt there was a space that needed to be filled. A space for the real talk, honest wisdom, and grounded perspective. Over the years, I've worn many hats. I was a Marine. I'm an NYPD detective. I'm a husband, father, mentor, and through it all, a lifelong learner. I've taken some hits and I've earned my stripes. The lessons I've learned, they didn't just come from books. They came from life itself. I'm not here to preach. I'm here to speak truth. The kind of truth your favorite uncle would give you at the barbecue. With love, with clarity, and without sugarcoating. Because let's be real, sometimes what we need to hear isn't always what we want to hear. But it's always with your best in mind that I would do it. So, if we're going to walk on this journey, it's only right you know who I am and what I'm about. I'm about accountability. I'm about growth. I'm about purpose. I spent my life serving people from the battlefield to the beat, and now I want to serve in a different way. I want this platform to feel like a space where we can talk about real stuff. Manhood, not just toughness, but tenderness. Relationships, the kind that are honest and not just convenient. Community, purpose, legacy, healing, hope. And whether you're 25 or 55, if you ever needed that voice that's been where you've headed or are headed, that voice that says, you got this, but here's what you need to know. That's what Talk with Uncle Jay is for. This is mentorship in motion. This is family talk. This is where experience meets encouragement. I don't want to be no preacher to you, right? I don't mean God's word because I would love to do that, but I'm a baby Christian. I don't know if I'm ready yet. But what I want this to be is I don't want to be preachy. I don't want to seem like I know it all and I've done it all. What I want to do is be that guidepost. Honestly, there's a thing that someone told me years ago, I think I read it, and it said, you want to become the person that you needed when you were younger. And I think that was a powerful statement, and I try to live my life by that. I try to be to people who I needed in the past. So the whole purpose of this show, or the whole purpose of these segments, the whole purpose of why I'm even taking the time to do this is so I can be there for you and we help each other together. Because one thing I learned about when you being a mentor, you sometimes learn from the mentee, right? So that's what I want this to do and I want this to be about. So what's coming? I want to think, and I want you to think of this space as a porch, a place where we slow down, sit down, and talk it out. In the weeks to come, we'll cover everything: how to build real relationships, how to stand in your truth even when no one's clapping for you, how to bounce back from failure, how to find your center in chaos, and more. There'll be guests, there'll be stories, there'll be laughs, and yeah, sometimes it'll get deep. But every time you come back, my promise is simple. You'll leave with something: a lesson, a spark, a challenge, a truth. This show will evolve just like we all should. And if you stick with me, I promise you'll grow with it. I am not a gatekeeper. I am willing to give out as much information as I possibly have. I don't like people who keep information from people, because at the end of the day, I do believe life is endless, right? And I believe that experience and how you say opportunities are endless. I don't think we have to hide anything from anyone, right? I think that we can do whatever we want and anything that we want and everything that we want. Actually, I want to tell you something funny. A funny story that happened to me last week. I was asked to go speak to a young lady. She was about probably 13. And I'm just going to tell you guys, it's some real stuff happening with our young people, and it's kind of sad. But this young lady, she basically took someone's coat and their credit cards and went to the store and had a spending spree, right? And it's not like it was a stranger. It wasn't like it was a person that she didn't know. It's someone that she's around. She knows the person. And she decided she just wanted to take this person's moose knuckle coat and the credit card and just start charging it up. And of course, when we asked her, why did you do it, or what was the purpose? Of course, she don't know, and she says it was like some unnamed person told her to do it or something like that. So I just had a conversation with this young lady, right, and just told her what the consequences are. Like, these are real charges. Like, at 13 years old, even in New York, they can charge you with these crimes if that person wanted to press charges. But thank God, or maybe thank God that this person had compassion for her youth, and they decided not to press charges, but they wanted something to happen. So that's where I stepped in, and I went and I had a conversation with her and just spoke to her. I don't really like doing scared straight. I don't think that actually works. There's a saying that I'm pretty sure you're going to hear me say as time goes on, that I'm not your constant. So if I'm not your constant, there's no way for me to follow up on my threats, right? So I don't do scared straight. What I like to do is I like to tell you the truth, and I like to tell you what it is that can happen to you, and hopefully that convinces you to stop what you're doing. So here's what I want you to do. Stick around, follow the page, turn on those notifications, join the conversation, because it's not just about me talking, it's about us building. And if something tonight hit home, share it, drop a comment, DM me. Let me know what spoke to you. Let me know what you want to hear next. I want to build this with you, not just for you. I'm not an expert on this. I'm pretty sure you could tell. This is probably going to be a little hokey until I get my rhythm, right? But this is just the beginning. So again, welcome to the porch, and welcome to the talk with Uncle Jay. Until next time, nieces and nephews, stay grounded, stay growing, and stay in the conversation. I'm glad you're here. So a little side note before we I end. That's funny. Kind of the other reason why I started this, right, was because, and it was kind of funny to me. I was going to work, and I got off the train. Or I was headed to work. I was doing something. I don't know. I was leaving work or something. But I remember being in the train station, and this young guy walked up to me and he said, oh man, Unc, I know you know the answer to this. And at that moment, I was like, wait a minute, Unc. And I'm looking at him, and this is like a grown man, right? And I'm like, Unc. I said, I'm an Unc. Anyway, I was like, hey, what you need? Well, what's up? And he's asking me for directions. I guess he's going for a job interview. And then he asked me like, hey, you got any tips for me? Right. And then I was like, yeah. I said, I got some tips. I said, how long before the job interview? He was like, oh, it's in an hour. I said, all right. I said, look, we're going to sit down for 20 minutes and we're going to talk about it. So we sat there right by the Brooklyn Bridge, and I gave him advice about interviewing and impressing someone. And I helped him tie his tie right. And at the end, he said, Unc, man, I knew when I seen you, I knew you were going to be able to help me out, right? And he walked off to his job interview. I wish I had took his information so I could have followed up. But at that moment, one, I'll be honest with you, I was a little depressed because I realized, wait a minute, now I do the math. I am Unc, right? I am at that age. I am the one that gives the barbecues now, right? I am the one that makes sure your tires ain't bald. I am the one that be like, hey, listen, you gotta put a little bit of money away for a rainy day, right? So honestly, I'll be honest with you, that day made me realize I need to embrace that Unc status, right? I need to embrace it because at the end of the day, one or two things. I'm lucky and fortunate to make it to that age to be Unc, right? And the second thing is for someone to look at you and see wisdom and see value and ask for your advice. That's a encouraging thing, right? So stay encouraged, be encouraged. Happy Sunday evening. Hopefully you don't have the Sunday blues, and hopefully you have a productive week. Happy Monday. I will see you guys when I see you. Be safe, be easy, and love you.